your father is the national security advisor. So obviously, there'll be a whole bunch of people who'll say that your rise in the country has been to do with that. There are people who are pointing fingers at Jai Shah, that it's because of his father, it's because of Amit Shah. These kind of attacks are coming in, that the BJP talks about Parivarvad, but there are a whole bunch of people who have risen because of their fathers being in important positions.
When you say that you have risen, you please tell me, what do you mean by risen? What have I happened to me because of Parivarvad? Parivarvad would have happened if I had been promoted as a lieutenant general in the army or become the deputy NSA or the NSA of this country. Now, I'm sorry, but I have to defend, I have to explain.
Absolutely, yeah.
I was a topper of Hindu College, Delhi University in economics in 1994. Chalo, Parivarvad. I was a chartered accountant at the age of 23 from Arthur Andersen, Parivarvad. I went to University of Chicago in 1999 and London Business School, Parivarvad. I joined Morgan Stanley on Wall Street, Parivarvad. I start the India think tank in 2009, 5 years before BJP comes to power, right? Parivarvad. I have to do something to earn my living. And in any of these things, I still run the think tank, I still run my small firm. So, इसमें मुझे क्या benefit मिला जिससे आप ये कह सकते हैं कि मुझे परिवारवाद का benefit मिला. अब आपने कहा कि आपके माँ बाप ने आपको पढ़ाया तो वो तो पढ़ाया मेरे को पढ़ाया, but my father couldn't have got me an admission into Hindu college or got me a Delhi University rank or got me a whatever, So I think इसमें मैं ये data नहीं कर सकता कि इससे मुझे क्या benefit मिला जिसका ये My father is the NSA of the country, but my father is not the NSA of the country. My father is Ajit Doval. If Ajit Doval was a chaplasi, he's still my father. I'd still touch his feet. Even if the NSA also is my friend. I don't take any money from the taxpayer. I don't have any taxpayer's benefit. And whatever I do for my country, I do it out of my service as an Indian. And that, as an Ajit Doval son, I'd continue to serve my country. Now, you can agree with my view on how the country could be served. But when the charge comes कि आपने परिवारवाद किया, तो परिवार किस प्रकार का? अच्छा, मैं बीजेपी में भी गया, तो बीजेपी में तो मैं कार्य करता हूँ. मेरे को क्या दिया, मतलब technically बीजेपी ने, not that they should also, that you can say as a BJP, and my father is not even in the BJP, वो तो परिवारवाद would have only applied, which applies. Is my father would have said, yes, now I appoint you the NSA of this country. Because now it is a family position. तो ये कोई इसका ना
and you didn't even get a ticket for the assembly election.
That further proves that the BJP doesn't have Parivarvad. I think people want me to be able to see me do it on the basis of who I am as a person. And will I be able to rise to the expectations that they have? Yes, people do expect a certain standard out of me. They don't expect me to be a coward. They don't expect me to lie. They don't expect me to be like everybody else.
Because you're Ajit Doval's son?
I'm Ajit Doval's son. But those values and standards I'd have to maintain all my life. Right? That's the, but that cannot be called Parivarvad. That is what we call sanskar. So
does it happen, sons of people who are great achievers, whether their mother or their father, that they have to live up to these achievement standards? Is it a kind of a burden that?
No, I don't think so.
Burden is a negative word, but
again, obviously it depends on everybody else.
I'm asking you because, like, say, a Nehru's daughter or a Gandhi's son or a Patel's progeny, they would all have to
only
carry that,
if they
right?
decide to follow this Parivarvad concept.
Okay.
So, for example, let's take if Jawaharlal Nehru was Prime Minister and Rahul Gandhi was the best scientist in this country, who would say it's Parivarvad? It's only when Rahul Gandhi says, I should be given the Prime Ministership of this country because my grandfather and my mother were there, then it is Parivar. Or some cricketer's son says that I should be made part of the cricket team because my father was. But nothing stops a cricketer's son to be the best, write the best novel in the world and win the Nobel Prize for Literature. After all, we've had people would actually want that. People would expect that if your father is a great artist, then you should be great a sportsman or great in anything that you decide to do. I think the culture of trying to create monopolies on the basis of lineage is what is Parivarvad.